Season 4 of The Boys, which was released last week on Amazon Prime, has been getting absolutely blasted by its fans, and is continuing a trend of something that if you were paying attention, you could see coming over the last several seasons. Since it debuted for Prime, it's been kind of one of their flagship shows, had a lot of success initially, and has continued to have success. However, it looks like this may be the end for that. Not only are they ending the show after 5 seasons, next season will be the last one, but I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a significant drop-off in the ratings after what they decided to do this season. The Boys Season 4 Rotten Tomatoes audience score becomes series first to claim the unfortunate title. And yes, as we speak right now, Season 4 of The Boys is sitting at a 51% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I think that that number is very indicative because what started off in Season 1 as something that clearly did have a little bit of agenda behind it, but for the most part, a superhero parody, a satire that was taking some shots here at both sides a little bit, maybe one a little more than the other, but really critiquing big corporations and things like that. A lot of people flocked to it. A lot of people had a good time with the first season. All of a sudden, things started to change a little bit. They started to focus less on the superhero parodies, the corporate parodies, and a little more on the political angles. And it was Season 2 for me where it was right in front of your face. When they have a Homelander fall in love with a Nazi and they compare all Trump supporters to fucking Nazi supporters, that was when it became blatantly obvious to myself that that was the road that this was going to go down, and it just continued to get worse. You saw then in Season 3, audience score goes down a bit more as more people caught on to this. And finally, no one can deny what's actually been going on here. I don't know how so many people didn't see it initially, but this was out there for everyone to see. And finally, fans have had enough. They've had enough of the showrunner taking shots at Trump supporters and conservatives. And he straight up admitted, he said, if you don't want this, then don't watch. We don't care if you don't watch. Well, in all likelihood, when we see the ratings for this season, that's probably what's going to happen. For Eric Kripke, The Boys was always about Trumpism. As the showrunner grows his darkly comic satire into a franchise and spoofs a certain trial and presidential election in the new season, he says he's fine losing the viewers who just figured out his social agenda. Go watch something else. And I'm not sure why it did take some people so long to realize this. This was 2 years ago. I put this video out there. This was when there was some reaction to Season 3 of The Boys, and I had tuned out after Season 2 because it was very obvious to me the direction they were headed with this series. This is me from, September of 2022. Unfortunately, it is so heavy-handed, over the top politically that it's tough to watch because clearly they are trying to tell you in this series, if you consider yourself on the right or a conservative or for anyone who's not a leftist, they fucking hate you. They think you're evil. They think you're the enemy. Does The Boys take shots at both sides? Yeah, it does, but not in the same way something like South Park does. It takes shots at both sides. To the left is shooting like a water pistol. Then to the right, it's like a nuclear bomb. Like that's the type of shots we're talking about and the difference in balance of when they decide to do it and how they decide to do it. And now for Season 4, they've just gone all out, and predictably, it's turned a lot of people off. Shocker, when you tell half of your audience that they're evil pieces of shit, don't be surprised when that very same audience turns around and rejects what you're giving them. And it'll take a while before we get the official ratings for The Boys, but if you were paying attention last year, it was a shock for Amazon that Season 3 of The Boys, so highly promoted, so much money behind it, ended up losing out to The Terminal List, a new series that got put on there. If you remember, Chris Pratt's The Terminal List did insane numbers when it came to streaming. Not only did it debut higher than The Boys, which is actively in release anyway, but then it just continued to increase that lead. Terminal List, 1.5 billion minutes watched to The Boys season finale, just over 1 billion. The Terminal List was a show that did really appeal to everyone. And despite the media attacking it as far-right propaganda, blah, 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 all that stuff, the truth was it drew a lot of people in because it wasn't so heavy-handed with the politics. And even though a lot of people did like The Boys initially, they really got away from what drew so many people in. They were never super subtle about this, but it just got worse as time went on. And I would imagine this is going to reflect in the ratings, just as it's reflecting the amount of people that are saying, fuck this show, fuck this series, I'm finally done. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Whenever you decide to tell stories like this and inherently tell one side of the aisle, go fuck yourself, we hate you, you're evil, you're missing out on a big portion of potential viewership. Let me know in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.